Hey, founders, what's up, man? Yeah, woo, right? How's it going? Yeah, I was just listening to music and right, really settling kind of the mood here. Uh, we got some Jackson 5, ABC popped on. I said ABC, it's easy as one, two, three, and I think that's what we all got. It's perfect for the heart of the matter on today's episode. Hello, everybody. I'm not good at this intro stuff, whatever. I got to write me out a script. I probably won't follow it anyways, but how's everybody doing? Yo, yeah, it's great. It's great out, guys. It's like we're getting past it. People are because see, it's not what the news says is happening. I mean, you know what I mean? It's people. People are getting past it, right? Like I'm sure, hopefully, I mean, a lot of people out there have been going through this for the past 2 years, right? And so if you look at the state of things really returning back to the heart of the matter, I think, because even within the disagreements, it's we're getting rid of cutting out the chaff, we're tossing it out, right? Getting the wheat, seeing who's gonna, you know, and ideally nothing bad, right. We got a lot. We had the Ma'at here on the scales with me, which was cool, and it started with uh, Gabriel. Gabriel, I was like, yo, Gabriel, you want to go? He's like, yo, let's go. So the green heart, man, the emerald, that emerald ray, I'm all about unconditional love, so I can totally resonate with it because, it ain't never gonna be easy in some cases, but it's all love is all there is, man. It brings you back every time from no matter what it is, It's that one sliver of thing that you're looking for, no matter what, no matter where you're at, right? Like love is everything. And the more you embrace it, that's all it's about. It ain't about the situation, figuring it out, right? Trying to do that, trying to do this about it to make it like this. We do enough of that. We do enough of that. We do plenty of that. Uh, but if you just flip on the switch, right? Just like, wow, like just start laughing. So I just laugh. I just find something to laugh. Whatever the situation is, but that's just me. I don't know. I told you guys one time, maybe on the episode one. Uh, uh, my grandpa made a barking sound when my grandma's dog passed away, or Muffin. Muffin passed away. Was it Muffin or was it Precious? I don't know. Precious was Nana's, and then Muffin was the one I grew up with when I was a baby for a while. But they were at the funeral. They're putting her down, into the, laying her down. And he's like, row, 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 in the background or something, just to, kind of, like, to lighten the mood, which it totally would have. So some people laughed, some people didn't. Grandma got all mad, of course. So it's that switch, it's every moment, no matter what it is, right? We gotta hold it. We gotta breathe it out. That's what we're doing today. Yeah, woke up like on fire. What y'all doing? Yeah, just ready to go. What was I thinking about? Forget it. Something. Dreaming. How you guys dream? You guys dreaming more often? What you been dreaming? Got all the retrogrades happening. People are having those feelings come back. You guys out there, some people I know. Grandpa, yeah, Grandpa's funny. He's chill in every moment. Like doesn't matter. You could be going through the worst thing, ever, or you could be talking about anything. He'll just be like, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, like yeah. But he's like he's a grandpa, or you would totally call like awesome. just cares about you, loves you, grandkids, everybody know he's good and he's cool as heck. It's just like so chill. Just always levels the situation. That was the other thing too. He with horror movies, he laughed at one point, and I was like, I'm never gonna see him the same again. Just gonna laugh at every horror movie now from now on in every single moment because I can't enjoy even the scary parts anymore. Thanks, Grandpa. Like, ruined like any inkling. Just like, oh, this is gonna be great. Insidious, it was a super scary part, and he's just chuckled, and I started like busting up. I was just like, I get it, I know we're all just playing, and that's what we're doing, bringing the power back. People realizing that, so much heart energy that's being unlocked with people, but of course, a lot of people believe in what they believe in, and so that's gonna spiral into them, right? Root chakra right now, safety, security, all this is what's going on. Oof. Let's see what spirit wants to say. Yeah, they're saying like the delivery mechanism. It has to be triggered still for a lot of people because because of the way I mean it kind of was for a lot of us, or depending on the level of holding on to something, anything that anyone is, that's going to determine, you know, how hard it is to get away, right? Um, like the glass, the water, holding on to a glass of water example, the longer you hold on to it, you got a lot of changes on the way. Yeah, with those nerves going more than normal. Yeah, I'm feeling it today. Definitely. Once I woke up, big root shift. Yeah, I agree. And I think we were doing a lot of heart activations, uh, so it's just like it feels, it feels a lot more. It's more spirally. Yeah, you know, we're all going to start feeling we're a little more sensitive because people, the consciousness levels, are awakening, right. And so our job is to keep it centered and you know and hold the light here and do all that sort of stuff. Just pass it along. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes the truth hurts. Yada yada. This and this. What was it? I wanted to mention. My mom was saying Demi Lovato came out, I guess, and said that she was uh like contacted by beings, like legit, like more than once. And like she said she's gonna write a book about it, but she was on somebody's show, like she was on a talk show. She was talking about it. And so I don't know, like if everybody I have to look it up, but I don't know which show. My mom saw me so, but I can't remember what show it was. But she saw it, like I don't know, something anybody else would see. Uh, Heart activations when you hear, cool, bro. Yeah, that's me and the unconditional love thing. Once we truly learn that forgiveness, that's the Yahweh. Holding it down. Right? Totally feel him. Totally feel him. All you did was come to help, and they killed you. I know. That's it. That's it. I don't know what else to say. We ain't gonna do it again. Every time, But it's yeah. It's just once we learn to forgive ourselves, each other, we're all just learning. We all don't know everything. We're all just stop pushing each other. Stop trying to. What it is. It's as soon as it gets past that point where you can't relax and like realize that like no, you know, no, you can't have that toy. You know what I mean? You can't have that money. You can't have that control. You can't have that power. You can't have, over people. You're supposed to, whatever, whatever we're talking about here. But yeah, compassion, lifesaver. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's such a strong word too. Compassion. Like it's such a good word to describe it, and I totally agree because yeah, it means like yeah, you're giving it. It's like nurturing or something. You got to remember to doing that for ourselves. Let's see the heart of as it flows through the collective. That's how the pieces get picked up by everyone. Which is why the more people who share, as we always say, the better. Nowadays, yeah, it is easier that we can share, right? And we've made a huge jump. If you look at the past couple months, look at the past year, and look at because of the way things are happening, right? It's sort of like, we're at a different place now where we can actually start talking about stuff weird, government emitted UFOs, uh, and a lot of that's just technology we've already had. Anytime they admit it is because they already got it, they already know how to use it, and they're just gonna let us know how they want to let us know. There's so much technology like that. Was it talking about the classified documents? 50 years, you can just let it sit there 50 years, or patents. There's all these patents that they're not, releasing, or like Tesla passed patents and stuff. I mean, this is all obvious, it's clear, and so it's really a different, the start. It's here, it's started. Are you guys ready to go? Like, I'm so energized right now. I do not know why. So you gotta eat breakfast. I should eat breakfast before I did this. Ooh, it's like I'm out there meditating, but I didn't really ground. So it's like got all this information right now, so I'm feeling good. Ooh, ooh, um, I just want everybody, yeah. So meditation, it's just like, so everybody take that breath, get into the heart chakra, breathe it horizontally and feel, and then exhale back into the center. And breathe it vertically up and down. Breathe it back down. So feel the difference throughout horizontal. As you learn to put your focus on the different shapes of your breath, and you just follow the whole thing, move your whole body forward and back, different points, remembering that each part of every matter exists within every single cell, is its own blood, is its own heart, is its own purpose. You know, this is the vehicle of the body. They're saying the learning to travel within is to travel without. But then, right, that's just what that in that respect must go with like it's with what's within, but you're going out. And it's not. I was saying, I was saying this yesterday that it's really practical. All of this Tai Chi stuff, all of this meditation stuff, all of this like, is it like I can't think of remote viewing. The government's been doing that forever, and not to, the military, right? They've been doing remote viewing type stuff like for a long time. Uh, so in Tai Chi, right? I was watching, I saw something, um, uh, like a picture or whatever, YouTube videos where, they wrap themselves around trees backwards, right? And they hold their feet and they're on a tree trunk, so they're like sideways, right? Like holding themselves. The things that they do, like that you can do with, it's like it's like doing, working out and then you do those small muscles, right? There's a muscle in there that no matter how great of an athlete you are, you probably haven't worked out. And that's amazing. That's an interest. That's because if you're a football player, you're not a basketball player, right? You don't have the same whatever, this and that. And yeah, for the most part you do, I'm sure. But like if you do calisthenics, where you could just like could a football player, lineman lay on the ground and just lift himself up with his hands straight off the ground, like a break dancer or somebody who's, really different. So I see. Mm, yeah, the more we do it, the more you all we the closer you'll be to the soul and the spirit that you are. Because before all of this out here is the this body is the ting the pinging of the what's happening, what are you digesting, how's your heart beating, or, what are you doing, are you just sitting or are you jogging or running, which is what I totally feel like doing today, right? So it's gonna be energized day, some stuff done, guys. Hey, Boston, Seattle. Hey, yo, Game Crusher. What's going on, man? Our bookends holding the grid. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're totally. Ooh, just bringing it in. Realize I gotta bring some in here. Hold it down, ground it. Ooh, yesterday was cool, but I work, right? So, day off. Yay. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh, so, yeah. Um, what is it? It's just heart of the matter. Keeping it at the heart of the matter. See, okay, good. Thank you for the reminder. They they were mentioning to putting your foot down. That's what they said. That's what it came in as. That's how I understood it. Um, were the words and put it in a nice way, you know, just the way like no, and then blah blah blah. Well, I'm sorry, no. It's like kind of walking away. So a lot of people are having but that's a way that because the heart of the matter, we don't represent for the heart of the matter. Freedom, it's freedom, or it's not, right? And in that respect, you only got one or the other, or the third, which is okay too, where you're beyond, you know, you're outside of. So, like seriously, yes, it usually doesn't happen. Usually ground usually like are good when I meditate for this. Mm, yeah. Um, Yikes. I didn't bring cards. Oh, they're downstairs. I'm gonna grab some. Go get them. I love everyone. Yeah, it is. And for me, yeah, so, totally. Like, it just, there's another aspect to it that can totally feel right now. Totally. That's why, the title comes in. And I actually came in Friday night. That was Friday night. Because we kind of talk about it as we go, right? Like humanity's boom, 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 boom. But every time, right, it's still like, okay, we're learning. They're learning. We're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through whatever, every one of us, and we gotta. And the more we see that, the more we're like, okay, we got this, and then we can be ahead of it without. right? Being controlling without being fearful. Right? There's that difference, prepared, paranoid versus prepared, like, yeah, we're good, like we got all of this stuff, right? I got a car, I got gas, you know, and I'll be there in a minute, a couple hours. But hopefully we got, and there's places you can go, right? But yeah, kind of like, what? See, okay, they're pegging me. It's like this feels like Gabriella, like the feminine side. I keep seeing the scales and the feather come out. So it's a golden energy. Yeah, there's a golden energy, but it's like if it was a green with the gold outline. Or something like that. They're just reminding us. Well, I'm always thinking of scales, but they're reminded it's so important now. Anybody, because it's constantly what we're all in the process of doing. Is the back and forth of wherever you're at. Even if you're calm, even if you're good, you know what I mean? Like even if you're right, it's like then you're enjoying it, and then you're there, and then what's going to happen out here, what's going to happen with you, what you do or what you indulge in. That's what it always comes down to, is making the right choices for yourself, and not feeling like whatever it is isn't enough, because you think people who are rich and they want to go out and spend it and do this and do that, and what if they've done that and they're bored, or I mean anybody, it doesn't matter, like rich, poor, or doesn't, can't, and they're bored. It's as we talk about this all the time, right? I always mention we got it's we just got to make the best of it. But like we say, it's practical. It's practical. The whole thing, the Tai Chi, the energy, spiritual, the physical, the this, the that. It's just like it's such an awesome world. Just remember that. First of all, it's an amazing place full of all kinds of energy. You can see something and it makes you think of the most amazing thing. It makes you feel the most amazing feeling, right? Like you hear a joke, you see a funny animal, right, or a cute baby animal, right, or something, uh, makes you feel like what? Well, when we learn, right, to do that, then like you can do it anywhere, right? Where am I going to find, if you don't got money, where am I going to get food? Well, all right, we'll worry about that now, and then got food, all right, good. Now I'm going to go relax, calm down, boom, 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 and I'm going to go travel, all over the world. Because even rich people, right? There's rich people who they don't want to live rich, right? So they're living, not homeless, but it's not an issue to them. They can just go get food whenever they want. Boom, boom, boom. So maybe they want to just walk around in the streets and see what it's like. It's just the perspectives, and then hopefully for people, but that's definitely what is being created, right? All of us, every one of you guys, every time we talk about something different, you know, which really isn't, you know. I think that's that Real Big Fish song. We try to be different, but I guess that's nothing new, right? So remember, guys, it's like Groundhog's Day, and that's the lessons, right? We keep doing them until we learn them over and over and over again, making the best decisions, making the best, where, how do we get here? How do we get there? Choosing our timeline, choosing bringing light here, creating light here. When you take care, when you exercise, you're creating more, energy, right? And if you're exhaling, sweating it out, toxins are being released, going to Mama Gaia, boom, gone. transmuted, dissolved, right? Like a mushroom, right? A fungus eating up all the bad creates. Now we can eat the mushroom. Okay, cool. I just got done working out. I'm gonna eat some mushrooms. Perfect. And that's just we keep doing that. You don't hold on to that glass of water too long. Keep going, keep creating, and then you're never thinking, you know, never or the fear is all the speculation. The fear is we're all going to die. That's the baseline fear. That's right. That's the overall big one, general. Right? Why are we worried about anything if you know? I mean, it's not going to cause pain or hurt. Yeah, we don't want that obviously. So, but almost like you create more of it just by worrying about it, thinking about it, freaking out, saying you're going to do it. It's like, no. How about like I'm good, you're good. How about I am healthy, you are healthy? How about we live in a healthy world, right? Things like this. So it's, and I think, and that's what people want, right? That's the heart of the matter. That's the new generations come in. They're just more connected. It's quicker speed data processing. Solutions are going to be resolved quicker and with more common sense and with more. I wanted to share a post that told me to remember. I wanted to share. Uh, it was a Wu-Tang post, like it was like introducing shame on a so and so, right? Who tries to run game on a who goes, I'll bust your ass up. He says something like come at me. So I was like, see, the world is Wu-Tang, okay? And like people like Wu-Tang, whether you like rock and roll, whether you like or classical, there's something about it that's freeing, that's, all of that. That's the world. So no matter how much of that control, right? So the control, okay, it's not going to happen because of what's coming from the hearts of the people. And that's, you know, it's just going to come out in so many different ways, such as we like disclosure. People are going to find it through whatever they're involved in, you know. And a lot of people, seeing this last night too, seeing the picture, seeing the whole picture, right? Whereas we're taught sort of go into a specialty. So we learn this one thing, we learn this, that, and the other. Um, how many of us are politicians? Not everybody, right? This, that, or whatever. They're firemen, right? Everybody. How many people are an accountant? How many people are there? Right? So it's not like it's bad, right? But it's just the separation. So the coming together, the sharing, right? But it's like they don't want the sharing. Somebody, something, right? Up there. It's like Facebook. Sometimes they're like not wanting you to share your posts. That's kind of weird. So like all those classified documents, right? It all rolls back right into it. It's all we have to come together, share knowledge, not be, and then it's freedom. And boom, that's. I think it's gone. Slavery's not here, whatever you want to call it, but and yeah, it's just a different form. It's just a different way. It's just a different. I mean, it's still we say like if it's run at all, then wait, what? Who's running? Who's running what? Wait, what? What are they doing? I'm just over here sitting with my homies. uh, nobody's running anything over here. Okay, better not be. So there's, and it's interesting to think that we've come from such history of being on that. It's reality, like it's part of our past. It's part of, and but we're gonna break out of it. And that's what's awesome, guys, because everybody out there, we're just killing it. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Uh, yeah, there's just another level of love for this all come for us all coming, right? And I can feel it. It's coming from like I don't know. I'm feeling it. I just wanted to talk about you guys. But then yeah, with the scales. I want to get into the scales because I love Anubis and Osiris of the Egyptian gods. Y'all were some savages. It's funny. The mythology behind some, but it's like it's the same as humans. You know, it's their savagery in humans. You know, there's and when we look at okay, when you look at mythological beings, you know, that they're archetypes. We have all these stories. We have all this knowledge. We, all of you live in such an amazing world, universe, all of it. Um, any stories, any things you wish to tell yourself, you can. You know, creation, writing a book, writing a story, being a story. You know, could write the greatest novel in the world. It could take you years, right? And because it took you so long, you did it in parts, you know, boom, boom, and then boom, it's gone. And then you go back and read it after, you know, however long. And then you're like, wow, hey, that's actually a fun story. And we created it. There's so much power, beauty, potential, possibility, you know, it's potential, right? Right, that we can create that you are creating at all times. Like they say, if you knew the power of your thoughts, you know, you'd never have a negative thought ever again. And that's what it is. I'm, you know, never this whole all no, go away, leave me alone. You know? Like everybody's stop it, stop being. I mean, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Right? But sometimes we got to talk to each other. So yeah, we got to go there. Love you guys. So hey, yeah, see you tonight. Linda, totally, totally. Love you, love you. Yep, shout out to Linda. Go check out Linda's channel. She's doing her thing. For this stuff, all the community out there. Uh, shout out, shout out. Keeping holding it down, holding the pillars. Right? Sheesh. You got to think, you know, and again, we say pillars, right? It's everything's shrouded in words. Say this all the time. We're all doing the same stuff. We're all doing the same stuff. What did they call it back in the Egyptian times, right? They probably had totally different words what we're using now because these languages weren't around back then. So it's just a matter of, you know, instead of saying pillar, they'd be saying some representation of you representing whatever you're representing. Right? And the sense, the commonality behind that is just the connection. It's just the squares, it's the triangles, it's the geometry, right? Everyone sort of wants to understand how it all works in the reality as well. You know, as a co-creator, that is all up to you, right? Whether you say you can or you can't. That's it. That's it. We can talk about everything under the sun, the nuances, what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life, what's going on in this life, you know. In the totality of it all is like if you can cut any emotional cords or just put them on hold for a while. You can objectively, boom, see it and just appreciate, right? That's like, you know, meditation. You know, you slow down, you take a breath. You're like, wow, that was a good breath, right? You're walking down the street and say come out of meditation, walking down the street, and then you get a huff of some gasoline or something, some exhaust pipe, then you're gonna be like, that was not a good press, or that was a and see you want to that was an unpleasant. So we have these lighter words, but it doesn't mean it's going to, you know. But I am totally fine either way. It's funny. Yeah, I'm seeing what they want to say more on that. Uh, but I wanted to go with it. I wanted to keep going. It was fun. Just the present moment, just being right, just the appreciation, the gratefulness, the over and over again, right? It is. That's what it is. There's of all the lessons that are out there, right? And and hey, like we all got to learn them, right? I know I've learned mine. I do my sounds, I do my everybody exercise doing this, but understanding the importance of doing these and being full, being complete, right? Mind, body, soul. It just means simple things like getting aligned with your mind and you're doing the exercise, like when you should. And you're like, all right, hey, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go for a walk, or all right, let's put some music on, or all right, let's not do this that I usually do. Let's say like a pattern or something. Or, if I'm sitting home and because like I'll work, like it'll be like 9:30, and I'll be like, all right, we gotta do spiritual crypto stuff, because I'm working on. So I'm like, no, I gotta stop working. Tell myself to relax, right? If we don't take these times for all things, then how can you have all things? How are we gonna do it all? Like have fun. You don't take time to have fun. So, from that perspective, I mean, or to get to work, stop having so much fun. You're having too much fun. Get in there and whatever. Or it's not. And see, and the reason we're here is because we've we've created it in this way, in this structure, right? We know that it's like no matter, again, no matter what your expertise is, right? It's just like, nah, dude, nah, dude, we just need food and water, homes, and we're good. All of this shit, you know. So, I hate to say it, but we could probably stop producing, like, no offense, a lot of stuff that we all buy, people buy that we don't need. Like, we want to fix that. We want to fix, you know, funds. Everyone's under budgeted. Every state is broke. It's like, yeah, well, why don't we sell some of these giant corporations that just make toys for kids? You know what I mean? But they bring in money. Yeah, but y'all obviously ain't putting it towards the debt, you know, whatever. I mean, it's like there's a lot of things we could do without. It's the same in life. But it's even better than that is really we don't have to do it that way. Like we can have all that stuff too, and we just gotta create. We gotta create. We're gonna be creating better systems, and so that's why we're here, guys. Surprise, hey guys, it's me. That's what I'm here for. We're gonna be bringing it, and hopefully you guys are there. I'd love for you guys to be there. Come check it out. Understanding um, everything that's coming. All good. You're still here, right? We're still here, hopefully. Uh, and some people, shout out to those who it's been extra hard. Shout out to those who have lost. Shout out to those. But Spirit always reminds me in those situations that when that happens, that's between the soul, the person. And even though, like, we all know, like, 100% of the time, the family's gonna react and be sad. It's good, it's because people are too busy trying to find faith as if they've lost it because they need to prove it if it's in this one or if it's in that. Or they have it and then it's only by these rules, you know, it's all connected. It's all back here in the center. It's all the same. We're all here loving and living, giving and receiving all the time, whether we want to be or not, and understanding what you're giving, right? Going back to the beginning. It's getting the first point, everything out here is secondary because everything here is primary. We train ourselves to be receptive, like to, whereas it's receptive from inner outwards, right? It comes into this, comes from this, it's birthed from your idea, and then you look out, then you see something, and then it's from your perspective or whatever. Sort preconceived or this or that. You know what I mean? It's inner outwards. The first step is when it hits you. Second step, right? The Tai Chi, the intention. First step is when, because nothing is nothing, nowhere is nowhere, and that's all that's going on. But if you're in the not in the no place, right, the zero point place, right, where nothing's happening, the only thing for you, if you were just floating out in dark matter in space, right, nothing was there, it would be up to you to craft it. Right? It would be as soon as it hit you, and where would it hit you from? It would come from inside, right? But where does that inside come from? Another deeper level of something, a pain, a consciousness, a thought, feeling, energy, a ray, right? That hits you. The energy frequency that you vibrated on of all the energy that exists, right? That you can translate. We're all here as channelers, like the whole world, and except for those who may not have like souls at all. Those are actual, things out there. But if you got a soul, you're channeling something. Your soul's attuned to something. Hopefully it's good. and it always is. But it's that realization too. Like for myself, just like healing ancestral DNA lines, things like this going into my family line. Having to start a boulder in the opposite direction. That's just going to keep getting bigger. Yeah, I had to really build that up and figure out how I'm going to keep that perpetually running over everyone else all the way back. Because I feel that one. I feel like if we see, it's still going. It's still going. It's still going. It's got a lot to plow through. It's I don't know. It's going slow. No, it's going fast. It's spinning. It's like going down, going down, going down, guys. Gotta clean it up. I mean, a little vinegar and lemon, some ginger. What is it? Hydrogen peroxide. That's what it is. Or hydrogen peroxide of the universe. It's funny because I'm listening to cryptos, you know, a colleague, crypto colleague of mine, and they're talking about the same thing in a separate occasion with other people, and it's really interesting to see, that they're all getting there too. We're all getting People are starting to understand, you know, um, the white T cells of the planet, right? Like it's interesting. Like, for me, like I've always had that thought as like a kid or whatever, where growing up, where it's kind of like, so if ants are like really small and they're in like these total different worlds where they have food, they find water, they do this, they do that, but they could still like dig, go through the earth forever and ever and ever, and it take them way longer than it would with us, you know, like what is it that's like rivers and waters and to everyone else, right? So it's like, so if we're on a planet and then there's a planet over there and there's a planet over there and then that forms a galaxy, what part is what is that? What part of what is that, right? And so then you get into like, that's the root chakra of this universe, or some kind of stuff. And then what if we just there's more multiverses, right? But I do think it's more of a time collapse, right? Space time collapsing. That's why we see them as out there. We're getting signals, right? Light takes hundreds of thousands of light years, whatever, to get here. So the light that we're seeing still isn't, always if it's a faraway planet, it's just the light that it reflected, you know, like 20 years ago or something. So it's I think there's, we localize, right? It's like all these theories, oh my gosh, once they all come together, come on, tell me how it works. Let's go figure it out. So you guys already know, because you just energy and frequency, no matter what universe you're in, based on whatever elements that the creators can create, come up with, transmute, perform, whatever, and then think of, and then you do it. And then you can go wherever you want to go based on your frequency. It's that easy. But we don't teach it in grade school. Right? That's why people don't know. Because guess what? Kids, because there are places, because guess what? There are places, and dude, who is this? There are places that are really fun. Uh, okay, that was me saying that. Me, okay, not thinking. There are places in other countries where they teach this, where they do teach this, right? Like meditative places in Tibet, stuff like that. The kids actually do learn how to turn their third eyes on by the time they're 5 years old. Like they're already there. There's a whole world of secretly totally lit people spiritually, right? And they're just waiting for us. because it's like but they're doing it, right? They're doing it. We're all putting it out there. We're all to spiritual, we're all doing, you know. But, but it's like, are you gonna, what are you doing? How much are we there? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Are we still thinking about this? Are we still arguing about that? Are we still living over here? Are we still living over there? So, and to even just in the recent past, like to challenge all that, like how everything's coming out now, or happening now, censorship, this, that, you know. I mean, I remember when people were talking about censorship and people, oh no, nobody's censoring. Even now I've seen people, what? There's no such thing as shadow ban and this and that. Whatever words you want to use. I think there's censorship because there's people out there that are like that. Isn't that the big fear? I didn't think there was. I thought there was all these big boogeyman out there, and so why? But there's no censorship, people. I don't know. Like, there's no consistency. There's no. I see too many patterns and too many scenes. That's why I'm here to help. Yeah. These guys. Oof. Oh, let me wait. Yeesh. Feel like I'm looking at the eyeballs. Sockets. Felt like my eyes were open that whole time. I had to blink. That's what Group hugs, angelfish. Hey, angelfish. My gosh. We were the kid you think if we were not here, what is this all about? Nice. Like then what happens? Like you get dizzy. Oh wow. That's funny. Yo, you should ask it again more often now. Now you know that you're just going up. That's you flying up to your higher self in space. That's your what is it, astral projecting, just popping out, going into your soul like and you gotta go up, stay inside, right? That's where you stay grounded. Don't right? That's why we do the microcosmic orbit, up and then down the front, down the front. The Kundalini yoga is great, but does it only go up? I think it just focus right. Is that I don't want to pick on it, but as far as I remember, it just goes up, and then you focus third eye, and then you're like enlightened, and it's like woo woo, and yeah, but come back down, and keep it in here, and then you become enlightened in here, your high heart, right? Go to your high heart chakra, right? Go to your lower, your three dantians, right? One, two, three, like mind, or be like soul. No, I wonder how we do that. So body would be on the bottom, um, and then it's basically your root, your heart, and your third eye. But breathe it into the body. Anything that you're here to connect to or transmute or feeling is something that you're supposed, right? Like any dis-ease in your body, you're not supposed to kick it out. I mean, even if it be look at a disease. What do? We build up antibodies to it. We build up resistance to it within our bodies. We're not here to, I mean, look at Wim Hof. How does he not freeze? He builds up heat cells. He's like fire energy. Just breathing like a beast out, on his whole body internally because he understands the communication level within the cells of within you. It's that's why I teach this, and I just did the sitting versions and I got them all posted. So now but I did them all audio. I think they're good. I'm gonna put this up for you guys on the website or something. I got to see what to do with it all. It's just starting to be a lot. I got to start putting like how it's gonna be out there. But anyways, like um, the connection, the sound, everything. You guys know the color. It means everything. When you see a color, if you can dive in, if you can feel that color, there's a difference, right? Like when you have a moment like that, when you've seen the same type of movie, but you see it, that scenario, that situation again in that moment, and you're floored, or you're touched, or you see that color, or the sound. You hear the song again you haven't listened to in a while. Um, and it re-sparks that energy when you can breathe fire into, not outside of yourself. Don't breathe fire out, breathe fire in, breathe fire to your toes, breathe fire to your right. You clean your body this way, and then your downloads are easier to deal with. So when you're having the like I'm getting like holy crap, earlier, like better now. Okay, we're good now. But you know, earth sound. Boy, I'm gonna go outside monkey mode, right? The monkey does picks up, the earth, ground, he drops it all down. So I did got the video on that actually, but no, listen, right, right. That's why it's the exhale. The exhalation is meant to bring you back to the zero. Simple things that people's bodies know, right? That's what they're trying to say, and they're trying to come back to equilibrium. Any one of us, and every time, right? The life is all about what's the saying I heard once, or like where it's constantly being out of balance, and it's constantly in the process of regaining balance, right? Because we're always creating. So feel like with your thoughts, with your mind, like whether you want to or not, man. You don't get a day off. Sorry, right? We're sorry, you know. That's why when you do, you must love them and appreciate them and take those hours that if you get an hour or something or 15 minutes, appreciate it and love in your life, right? And then when you don't have it, you're like, I gotta go back out there. Let's go love it, right? You love it hard and you just like, yeah, every time it's because you choose. You guys are creators. That's what we do here. We go into situations where people are uncomfortable and we go, I love you. Right? We go, I'm sorry, my conversation is not something that you would want to be discussing right now, but I still love you. Do you get it? No, it's just made it weirder. All right. Well, no, why? Because now I want to know why. But I'm sorry, never mind. Okay. That's when I got stopped. So I'm like, oh, stop. Because I love you even more. Every single time we communicate and every time we heart to heart, it's like that's humanity. That's the world we live in becoming a better place because we were like, oh, we worked that out or whatever. We figured it out or we agreed to disagree and I still love you. Peace out. You know, don't come by. Okay, I won't. Nope, it's all good. Right? It's cool. Or we could, but just not talk about that stuff. Right? I mean, it's and it was sticks and stones. Like people, where it's like just because somebody says something, um, gosh, rubber your glue. What happened to that? What happened on rubber your glue? Guys, you see what I'm saying? The kids know everything. They know everything. They already got it figured out. They know how to talk. They know how to communicate. They cuss you out when they're mad at you. They say they're sorry usually, right? When they're upset, they got to learn that, to say, that it means something to the person, but they feel it, they feel it, they know. They figured out. We forgot how to be. That's why I say I'm not gonna be. What's an adult? Get away. Get away. What is that? I don't know. That means that they got it figured out. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to try. I don't need to. I just need to figure out how to eat and you know, find water. I think we're good. Hey guys. So hey Sarah, what up? What up? I'll put my glasses on. Yeah, good kid. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. What did you say? You think if we're not all here? What? Yeah. What's all this about? Right. If a bear's in the woods, does it matter? Well, yeah, it matters for the woods, for the bear, right? But if we weren't here, then would there still be bears? That's the question. See, so we got to get specific. That's what the spirit says. You know, and in a way, we've all created all of this together, as one, right? So we're all responsible, right? Right? There you go. There you go. Right. You know, it's not about arguing, figuring out forever, never, never. It's clear. It's all coming. Don't worry. Right. Right. Some of us, everybody's in a different place, I guess, right? But mostly, I'm always talking to us. Out here, I like to think. I don't know if that's funny, but I just feel like if I look back now, I'm always just like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. You guys got it. We're good. What are we doing? Look at 59 minutes. Look at that. Perfect. 59, 40. No, 55. There it goes. Coming up, drum roll. 1 with 4 zeros. We got this. Charge next year, 222, right? Libra season. Love it. Shout out. Happy birthday to all the Libras. Balance in all ways, guys. That's why that's why October always feels like it does. You know, it's hopefully we're all as balanced as we can in the important areas, right? So that you can relax a little bit during this holiday season. Right? Some for at least us in the like America. What Halloween is it? North? What? How do we all do it? I mean, America, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo and Halloween. Like, we don't care in America. We're going to celebrate whatever we feel like celebrating in America just so we can party. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So, does Mexico celebrate like Halloween? Like, that would be cool. Like, if I was from America, I went to Mexico, I'd be like, yo, why don't we just do it anyways? It's Halloween. Let's grab some pumpkins. Right? Even if it's not, we grab some pumpkins. So, yeah. So, I mean, the world's getting there. I know it's got a knot before it does. I know it. I know it. So really reading between the lines, right? Remember, a lot of it is misinformation, guys. A lot of it. That's why discernment is such a part of it, and it's key. First steps to learn for any and all of us. How to do that takes some time. you know. And it's not discernment isn't something that just it feels. It's sometimes it's just like, hey, I think I don't feel that, and that's your discernment, right? It's learning to respect your own path, all of these things. This is big for the world. A lot of people, a lot of the world feels oppressed, even though they might not admit it, or in one way or another, or I mean, just look at how people, but that's, it's like then people get attached to groups. See, groups are special interest groups that are being lobbied and funded. Listen, like, if everyone was for freedom, we wouldn't need to do anything but all just go outside and group together. To be like one group, it'd be called the Freedom Group website, and it wouldn't matter what your religion is, what your this is, what your belief is, what your non-belief is, what your in indifferent belief is, you know. Um, so it's all rinse repeat. This world is not the first world that was created, right? Some people, years ago, decades, I mean, a lot of people still think humans are only people on Earth, right? Or in the world, not just on Earth, but hey, I mean, that's another story. It's not like we really see too many of it, besides some aminals every now and then, right? Running around. Yeah, it's what were we talking about? Just had to swipe something out of it. What's up, Adam? Naveed. Hey, man, how you doing? Hope everything's going good with you, brother. Um, yeah, the whole right. Like, everybody knows that, like, something that they're being oppressed in some way, or that something's being held back, or how come this don't work right? How come that don't work right? Everybody knows. Everybody knows something. And it's coming together, and that's why I'm pulling. I'm pulling it to get. I'm pulling. That's why my magnetics. See, look at this. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. It's awesome. And then that's why today I have other, this new organic sense of something from us, or that now, right, has been here probably perhaps this whole time, but not on that level of collective heart, right? So that now I can feel it differently, and maybe other people out there feel it already. as a certain way, and they've been contributing to it because I know I've been contributing to it, right? So as we pierce the hearts and the minds and the love of each other, hopefully, right? Like, we just don't, no, it's love. It's love. That's what I'm saying. If you're arguing with love, you have to ask yourself why. Like, there shouldn't be any reason. There shouldn't be. I'm sorry, sorry, right? And that people know that. People who have love, they know that. And so as this level up comes, guys, we're bringing it home again to the unconditional love space. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh a lot more, guys. That's all I ever do. Dude, I will quote entire stand-up like sets, hours long for you guys. Probably not anymore, but man, like when I was growing up, addicted to. Used to go in Illinois. There was a comedy club. We're talking about that. Were we talking about that? Were we talking about that on the last episode? Hold on, Spirit. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. It's like, I feel the energy, so it's hanging out. So legit. Yeah. Anyways, comedians. Yes, we're gonna laugh more. All right, guys, we're gonna laugh because no one cares, right? No one cares as long as you're not hurting anybody. As long as you're not, right? We're all here for fun. We're all here to. If you make a mistake, right, and you embarrass yourself, right? That's such a big deal in the world. And gosh forbid you embarrass yourself. Holy moly, you're just the worst person ever. Right? Come on. It's not the case, right? We're hilarious. It's hilarious, and then people laugh, and it's just a bad connect. That's a bad combo. That's the wombo right there. That's the 1-2, and then if you don't block it, you're gonna get the 1-2-3 and KO. Total TKO, right? Total knockout because you got upset. But listen, we all do stupid stuff. I mean, it's just so funny. Or you walk in, right? Like what friend growing up, cousin, friend of the family, she says, what was Elvis Presley's so what was no, what was it? She asked, so what was like Elvis Presley's personality, right? Or what was Elvis Presley's personality? And she asked my mom and her mom, right? I think, and they're like, I don't know, he was a nice guy, and then she's like, no, what was his personality? Like his personality. And she kept saying personality, and she just meant nationality, like the whole entire time. And so, I wasn't there, but they were telling me about it. Ma told me years ago, and they were going on, and they were all cracking up because we just do things like that when we walk up, just like, how do you spell the again? Right? It's just, and then what happens? Alzheimer's? No, God, no. Oh, with the Alzheimer's shit, come on. Yes, we know there are conditions that exist, but this disease things, no, come on, man. Right? Dude, you have a couple drinks, you're gonna forget a lot of things that happened that night. Doesn't mean, well, at least I had an excuse. Yeah, okay, come on, she was a teenager, okay? It wasn't Alzheimer's, it was just a misfire in the neural, oh no, we gotta fix you now and this and that. It's just like, we gotta stop all that, right? It's hilarious. It's like, we're kids, and yes, you learn how to be more polite. You learn how to protect yourself. Be careful. You learn, okay, don't touch fire. It hurts. It burns. Yes, but the fun we forgot. We don't. What happened? Like what? Everybody's too busy. arguing. You know, and again, and that's when you look out, you know, the it's like the temperatures of feeling people, the way people feel, the world's fighting, the world's this, the world's that. But then when you just like go talk to people like one on one, it's like most of the time it's just like, oh yeah, hey, you know, might be a little weirder now if they got a mask on and you don't, or but if you both do or you both don't, you know, it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. Like, you know, one on one, is it really happening like that? Like that? Like there's a layer of that's like trying to dominate, identify itself, right, as the dominant force, disguised as overpowering what ones who are giving it the power, right? You know, right there, boom. And so there's this collective fear, right, that really isn't there because when we all just when two people start talking to each other, I mean, for the most part, I think people are trying, they're just polite, even if they want to rip somebody's head off that day, right? And isn't that the best side? You know, you want to rip somebody's head off that day, and then somebody comes up and says, hey, how are you doing? You're like, I'm all right, how are you? You know, whatever. And they're like, oh, you know, I was just wondering if, you know, but, and you're just like, yeah, man, I got you. Like, I can't, like, what am I gonna, like, what? You know, it snaps you out of it. You, you do, right? Togetherness. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want, that's why we all supposed to hate each other. And you guys already know. Just like wrapping it around in a million types of ways. Let's go. That's what I'm here to do. That's it. Wait, pushing my camera to loose. Take a bow, save for my next trick. Take a bow. My next trick. Yay. We're gonna magnetize all the love back into the hearts of everyone. My friend's sister called it. No, that's it. Oh man. That's like, see, like jokes, guys, jokes. I'm putting it back up. I hit it on accident, but it was supposed to be there. Jokes. You guys forgetting about the jokes, right? Why is it funny that, you know, like it's because look, it is. It's not you know, if you mad that you like noodles but you know you like them and I'm just making a point to say that you like them, that's silly, you know? Like, yeah, just laugh about it. Like, there shouldn't be, like, jokes don't have to have malice behind them, you know? They don't have to have, right? But it can be, like, sarcastic and have a contradiction because from another perspective, that allows for that to happen. And that's what it's an amazing thing that when two beings then in that moment, somebody said something about whatever, can rise above they realize the creation that they've had and that they can exist and we can partake in with each other, that it's beyond, it's not about that, and every time you think it is, and then it's going through, like, there's a lot of people who, we get stuck in a lot of things, um, and so always what, take yourself out, right? Every time, do what you gotta do, go for a walk, right? Do it, do it, do it. That little tiny voice screaming in there, that's the one you gotta listen to because he's the most soft, gentle, and like peaceful flowing dude. That's this dude flowing down here like this. Dude, let's just go take a walk, bro. You don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Let's go take a walk. That's this dude. Like, this is how you wanna live your life peacefully, you know. That's what we're all doing. And we train for war, just in case, right? So then somebody sees us and they're like, okay, we're not going to go to war with them. We're like, that's right, because we're ready, right? But we don't think that we're in it all the time. We don't, we train ourselves to grow strong together, right? And it's wild. And look at the world. We had so much going on in the world forever. It ain't funny. Why are we even here? Exactly. Don't make it weird. Just go with it. Exactly. That's it. That's it. So not hopefully people can see past all of their freaking out. And even me saying that, it's like, we're talking about this. It's just like, no, no, we don't live in that world. No, we don't. We don't, right? So it's and think of that, the constant layers and layers and layers of of of, of benefit of the doubt, right? Of just doing the right thing if we can, how we, that's why we do it. That's why we all, you know, and what is it? That's that love, right? And that's that love, and it's all good, And when somebody does that, when you do that, that's the foot down part. There's a reminder of the foot down part, right? You know, love is here to love, but no more, no more, no more, no more of you. You go time out. Mister, I wanna own and control everything over here. I want my toys and I want it my way. You need to go sit down. And that's what's coming. So yeah, excited. I'm excited to bring this for you guys. It's just it's so important to me. It's interesting to recognize that. Always been really important. Why have I always cared about something, certain things, right? That's find that in yourself. Why is slapping everybody upside the back of their head or knocking on McFly's door, and getting their attention from whatever it is, and then just like hugging them in whatever way, metaphorically, if need be, just sending it like to everyone in the world. Just, guess what, guys? It's okay. Right? But the only way, like I say, that I see it is this, because we need that first. That's how it's gonna happen. So don't worry. That's how it is happening. Getting a little used to it. I know. So we have to strengthen this part, this part. We got to strengthen this part. Magnetize, magnetize. Bring the. I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling, but if you feel it, you know what I'm saying. We got to bring the heart. It's so heart chakras are opening. We got to We got to do this. We got to do this for them, for all of it, for the collective. It should not stop moving. It should keep spiraling. It can go, right? It should be moving in a vertical direction, and it should be growing horizontally. It should be changing colors. It should be doing. It should be free. The key to all things, creation. All you cannot not be able to be a creator. Like if you do not, you know, free. If it's not free, if you cannot, right? Much of what you guys think creator, right? You guys are thinking, "Oh, I created that desk or that chair." You know, it's just it's free now. It's like, I mean, it depends how you guess. That's another level. I know we'll get it. We'll get it. Get something, whatever. But you back, bro. Slap you back. Yes, I need it too. I know. I need it too. Because there's plenty, dude. I'm a double Libra. Like I don't have a choice. I only got one thing to pick from. Well, and then Pisces moon, right? It's like all I'm doing is right. I'm right here on my boat. I'm on my boat, right? I'm on my boat in the water, right? I'm like 40% natal water, 40% water natal chart. So enough water, you know what I mean? I'm on the boat and I'm just flying, right? Or I got my sails. No, actually, I don't have a boat because I don't have Earth. Well, I have to see how much Earth I have. You know, I'm flying. I'm a bird. I'm just flying over all day, going like just trying. That's what I'm doing. All right, that's how I'm going like that along everybody's all the water, all the water, right? All the water is emotions of us all because I because I know I get it. I have to do it to myself too. You know, it's easy. Life ain't hard, man. Life ain't hard. It ain't hard. Quit saying it's hard. Right? And stop it. Like, yes, I know there's time and a moment in the story and in person's moments and conversation. You must acknowledge that yes, it is in ways can be, but no, like it. We just made it that way. We just it just got it. It just no, no, no. But now we got the opportunity to go. You know, we got to realize that as this as blockchain comes out, it's gonna change everything. That's just the way it goes. Oh, oh, oh. Don't you know? No, maybe. Don't start with me. That was like what I was gonna say. I was thinking of saying something there with ho ho ho's, but and merry old souls, and I was gonna say something, and then I was like, no. That's why I love talking about Angel. Everybody love introducing Angel Fish. So hang out, chat. That's what we do, right? That's the work we do, right? That's why I love chatting, right? Just jokes, and just it's too fun. Nobody cares, but we love it. You know, I don't care, you don't care, I don't care, but I love you with all my heart, right? It's like, you know, like all like anybody, like any sister or soul fam, right? Like, hey, listen, don't just don't be a dick, right? Don't be a dick, you know. And if you are and I get mad, well, you know, then I'll talk to you later. You know, I'll get over it. You know, anything in life, anything, everything in life. We're all got shade button. I lick my lips. I feel my hair. Feel my lips. That's how the world should be. A B C. 1 2 3. Say, sing the lyrics. One, it's all about loving. That's it. All you got to do is repeat after me. A B C. Everybody's worried. Too worried. What do we do? Collective consciousness. Keep doing. They're already right. We already have preventative measures up for like all creation, physical realm is guided from what it's created from. What it's created from the architects, right? Who then set forth into materium the beings to create, right? Or the representations. So it's interesting. But that's the see, and that's why they're getting see. So they're comparing it because they're saying like at the same time because of those creations, there is creation that has never existed before. You know, so it is true and does resonate on both channels of opposite of opposing creation viewpoints because it's the yin and the yang creation and then not creation. Okay, well then what's the third? The something that doesn't care about either one of them. What's that? Well, that's the God. That's right. That's the highest level of that's right. That's the next. That's the. They know all the dark. They know all the light. They see the middle in between, and they because they're detached, right? And then you say, okay, well, if he's detached, then he's like has nothing. So then, what is that? who's with that guy, right? And then you say, well, then it'll be somebody with something, right? And so now you just created another duality, and then it goes on. And then you're like, well, who's the third guy talking about creating that? You know, it's so even if you go like up or down, it's like I don't know if that helps explain it. You know, it's because it's the nowhere, it's the now and the here. It's 0 point, but it's all points at the same time. So, and that's just a lower level of higher level human understanding, right? You know, like, but again, it's like lower or higher. It's all just a way to explain it. They're all lowers and highers. They're like simplers, right? Like more just we call them dumbed down. That's just silly. They'll call it that. Just broken down. Right? It's just broken down. That's what that's what all roads lead back to. Like no matter if you the, people striving, ambition, this and this and this and this. Yes, there's creativity, but there's a difference between you know, there's aborigines, right? Aboriginal, uh, cultures that live just in the jungle, whatever. They don't need technology. They don't need none of this stuff. So the idea of all of this ambition to save the world, and to like it needs to be saved or something. It's not that ambition, but passion and creativity are is good. But ambition, what does that mean? What does that imply? That means that you like really, really want to, you know, well, yeah, ambition works too. We just got to be careful because there's, what? Sometimes it's okay to not. Sometimes we need a little less. I don't think the problem is, lack of ambition. And in some cases it is. But I think it's more of a lack of proper treatment and creation and responsibility. And so the concept of feeling bad and putting it on bad on people, this and that, no, you know, it's going to take time until humanity comes around to the realization, right? Because it happens no matter what, over time, it's going to flip. It's going to flip like it always does. Because this is still a polarized realm that has to choose itself, choose its. So the bifurcation, like right, we say that again, like it's just going to be a timeline choosing of each one of each and however you experience it, right? And you'll know you're there if you know if you know, and you won't, if you don't think you are. And a lot of that is if you're still asking and you're still looking. Are you watching how to get to the fifth dimension videos or something, or are you watching like, you know, what it's, sixth, seventh, eighth, or are you, you know, things like this, they're gonna kind of elude. And it doesn't mean that you can't switch in any second. You can switch any second. That's what channeling does. It's choosing your radio frequency, you know, go up and down all the time with the thought. As soon as or words, right? We have to communicate. So it's like literally almost every time we go out and we just have to use like English words with people, it's like a lot of it is, going to be baseline somewhere, right? And hi, not namaste. How is your body vessel doing? What? You mean how am I doing? It's like, but it doesn't mean it has to be lower. But it's the way we communicate. It's the way you express yourself. It's the way manifestation that everyone's looking for. It's you manifesting. It's you doing it. You doing it. You doing it. Not anybody else, and not for anybody else. Not even for yourself, but for all goodness. Right? Right? All goodness be good, and all good. Good. You always do good. You don't do bad. You know. At least just keep doing what's right. And you don't do what's wrong. That's what he says. That's what the cryptocurrency says. Kid gloves, yo. We all, yeah. Seriously, yeah. Seriously, that's what some adults need. Or some gloves. Jeez. Oh no, I'm on 5%. Oh wow. Okay. Hey, listen, I've been blabbing an hour and a half. Oh, look at that. Yeah. All right, love you guys. I'm gonna go. We're gonna die right now. So thanks for coming. Much love. See you guys on the next one. Peace.